Hare Rama, Rama Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you very much, Anusha, Tanusha, and Krish. Thank you very much for nicely singing the Kirtan. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna Mataji, welcoming the Bhuvaneshwari Mataji for today's CC class. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much for coordinating the session today. Very wonderful to hear Anusha, Tanusha, and Krish, isn't it?
Krish, yes, that's right.
Amazing, amazing, very nice, wonderful. 3 big Hari Bols to all 3 of them. And we welcome all the devotees for today's session. Let's offer our prayers before we begin. We'll read a verse from CC, and then after that, we will see the glories of the special Tithi tomorrow, Akshay Tritya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So reading from Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, I will share the screen. It's yeah. So we're reading Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 19, text 73. So Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhyalila, chapter 19, verse 73. Suni Mahaprabhu Tanre Bahu Prasamshila Prema Vishtahana Shloka Padite Lagila. So this is a verse. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased to hear Vallabha Bhatta quoting from Shastras about the position of a devotee. The Lord praised him personally, and feeling ecstatic love of Godhead, began to quote many verses from Shastras. Suni Mahaprabhu Tanre Bahu Prasamshila Prema Vishta Hana Shloka Padite Lagila. Okay, so Om Ajnanatimrindasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bhangum Langayate Girim Nitkripatamam Vande Shri Gurum Tenatarinam Paramanandamadavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitanamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prachadine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashyata Desha Tarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, basically, we covered this point in our last session itself. So, before we go, I just want to see whether anyone remembers. In our last session, we were saying that some very important lessons, we learned from the last week session, where Mahaprabhu and the conversation between Vallabha Bhatta and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, anyone remembers what was that which we were talking? Some of the lessons which we could, if anyone could remember without giving a hint, that'll be great. If not, no worries. I can give you some clue. But if anyone remembers, you can share. Some very important point we read. Very, what I should say, striking points which Mahaprabhu brought, in this particular pastime with Vallabha Bhatta. By the way, anyone knows who is this Vallabha Bhatta in Krishna Leela? In Krishna Leela, in the sense, originally who was he and who came as Vallabha Bhatta in Chaitanya Leela? Because we know all the great personalities who appeared, who were there, in different pastimes in Goloka Vrindavana, eternally serving Krishna, but they also came in Chaitanya Leela. And we have many examples. And where can we find? So we may wonder, how do you know that who was who in Chaitanya Leela? So we have this one book called Gauda Ganesha Deepika, which was written by Kavi Karnapura. Kavi Karnapura is a very great devotee, and he was the son of Shivananda Sena, a very great associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shivananda Sena is the person who actually sponsors all the prasadam, and he arranges all the lodging, that is accommodation, for all the devotees who come from Bengal to Jagannath Puri. So he does everything what is required. He arranges prasadam, accommodation, everything for them. And he was such a very, very generous personality, and a very dear to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one of his sons of Shivananda Sena was named Kavi Karnapur. And when Kavi Karnapura was very small, when he was a young, small child, he got the opportunity to suck the toe of, somehow he sucked the toe of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very blessed personality. So, and he had this revelation and blessings from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that he could, he wrote a book where he could write who he was. He got the blessing to know who was who in the in Chaitanya Leela, who came in Chaitanya Leela. So in that he has mentioned Vallabha Bhatta. Vallabha Bhatta. Anyone has got any idea who is Vallabha Bhatta? Who was he originally? Anyone has got any clue?
Anubama.
Huh?
Brother of
Anupam. Oh, you mean to say Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami's brother, you mean?
Yes, mother.
Yeah, good try, but some not really, but someone else.
Sukadeva Goswami.
Huh?
Sukadeva Goswami.
Sukadeva Goswami.
Yeah, Sukadeva Goswami. Yes, Sukadeva Goswami came as interesting, isn't it? Vallabha Bhatta. Very interesting. Okay, so last week, so thank you for the answers. What was that we learned in the last week? So any point if you remember. It was something very, very striking. Let me put it in a way that actually Mahaprabhu was giving bhakti as a top thing. He was valuing bhakti so much that he gave some life lessons out of it. What was that which we, any idea what was that which we learned last time? So there are many things in this world which are considered as very glorious, but if a bhakti is not there, then it is considered as futile. There was a scriptural quote given where it is mentioned that if someone has got a high parentage, say for example very great parents, someone may be blessed with that. So that is also considered as one of the very what do you call kind of blessing. And someone may be blessed with a good education, and some may be very, very wealth, or somebody is very good, able to perform a lot of austerities successfully. Not everyone can do austerities also. For example, not everyone will be able to fast. Not everyone will be able to do certain kind of extend themselves or voluntarily take some things which are mentioned in the scriptures, which are difficult physically maybe, but some are able to do it. So these are all considered as a very great thing. Also scriptural knowledge. Some people could chant so many prayers and mantras. Yeah, it's all good, but if someone is not having the bhakti, then all these things doesn't hold a great role. All may be very good, tick marks, very nice. But if the person, has no bhakti, then these are all not very considered great. So there was one example given. Example means an analogy given. What was that analogy given? Anyone remembers? One who has got all this but has got no bhakti is compared to what? Is compared to something. A very strong word though. A great, interesting analogy was given. Okay, let me say it's considered like an ornament on a dead body. Ornament looks very beautiful in a person, but just imagine an ornament on a dead body. What value it has got? Nothing. Similarly, someone may have all these different things which is mentioned, which is considered as very great. But if they do not possess this most important element of bhakti, then it is like an ornament on a dead body. Very interesting is given. Okay, so let me give you this another example also. I was telling the story of, okay, maybe I will tell you the story and then you can tell the lesson learned. I was last time quoting the story of Dasya Bori, right? What was that story told in connection with? Why the story was told? Anyone remembers? There were many stories we told, right? We said about Dasya Bori story. What were the other stories told last week? And why it was told and what connection it was told? Anyone remembers?
Darshan Jagannath.
Huh?
Dasya Bauri.
Yeah.
Patita Pavan Darshan, yeah.
Yeah, Patita Pavan story also I said, isn't it?
Yes,
Why I told all the stories? What is the reason we told all the stories? By the way, what is the connection? Dasya Bauri and Patita Pavan Jagannath, the background story of why. So that itself gives a clue why that story was told.
Doesn't need to be like a dog eater family or any low birth or any
Very
high
nice.
birth.
Brilliant, Prabhu. Yes, carry on. Let's go on, Prabhu. You're correct, Prabhu. If you can finish that one, you complete that.
Still, pure bhakti will attract the mercy of the Lord Krishna.
Excellent. Yes, Prabhu. Very nice. Bhakti is the most important element. Doesn't matter one is born in even in a dog-eater family. Mahaprabhu says he's considered, if he's a devotee, then he's considered to be elevated, even more qualified than, a pious Brahmana who would have, knows all the four, scriptures, could be Chaturvedi, Trivedi, or whatever. But if that person doesn't possess only scholarly knowledge, but no bhakti, then that is not considered great. But whereas a person may be from a lower birth, so-called apparently from a social point of view, and lower birth, but and has no scriptural knowledge or has not got any hi-fi, any qualification, in an external point of view. But if he possesses bhakti, then he's considered as a topmost personality. So that's why you see in Dasya Bauri story was told, because social point of view, he was from a very low class family. And similarly, in in the story of Patita Pavan Jagannath, Taki Khan, the king Ramachandra, Sri Ramachandra Dev, he married this Taki Khan's sister, so he became an outcast and he was not even allowed inside the temple. But he possessed such a bhakti, for Lord Jagannath that he came every day and prayed in front of Lord Jagannath, and he cried, hankering to see his darshan. And the Lord got purchased completely, that he was running from his Ratna Simhasan, coming to see this king. So that was the power of bhakti. It attracts the Lord. The Lord runs to come as devotees. Generally, the devotee has to run to see the Lord. Generally, the aspiring devotee or someone who wants to get the mercy of the Lord, we need to run towards the Lord, beg to the Lord. But here, seek the mercy of the Lord. But here, the Lord got so touched that he runs and comes to see his devotee. Like Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, don't try to see God, but act in such a way that God sees you. Such a powerful statement it is. Don't try to see God in the sense, but but act in such a way that God sees you, in the sense that our it is not just trying to externally do so many things. It is all about, but that is also important. So we can't give an excuse, okay, bhakti is the only point, right? Okay, I will not do anything. It's not like that. Someone who has got bhakti will naturally, it's a natural thing that they will externally also perform those activities. So the point is, the essence we should not forget. One may do everything, but the essence is that's why we have this exercise we gave last week. Anyone remembers what was the exercise we gave last week? So Karthik Prabhu gave a best wonderful answer. Thank you very much, Prabhu. You listened very nicely. So what was the exercise we gave last week? We said that 1 week we will try out, what was that we were discussing last week? It's always good because, Kali Yuga memory is generally lesser. And, there are n number of things we are hearing, doing, and many times, our lifestyle in Kali Yuga is such that we are not able to focus and do one activity. We have to do so many activities parallelly because of various responsibilities and things like that. That is Kali Yuga. So we have to do multitasking. We have to do many, many things. So many times we are there in many places, but we are not able to get the full benefit out of it. So it's always good to sit for some time and recollect and reflect on what we have learned what we heard. Otherwise, what happens is that still it is not waste. Scriptures say that if we keep hearing, one day the heart gets cleansed. Sometimes we might not have even applied it in our life, but still the hearing doesn't go waste. So we do not have to think, oh my God, okay, I attend the class, but at the end of the class, okay, after 1 day, 2 days, I forget everything. Still, it's not a waste, because whatever devotional activity we do, still it carries its own, benefit. It brings its own benefit. But when we actually capture those important essence and try to apply, it has much more benefit. So there was one exercise given. I don't know how many of you tried that. If anyone has tried that, probably if you'd like to share, please do share before we move on to Akshay Tritya's glories. But I do this class personally for my purification. I don't even see how many joined, how many listened, but I like to do this class. The reason being, it is actually a powerful reflection, because the whole week I'll be remembering what I spoke. So in that way, it keeps me, even though I may not be able to follow 100%, certainly I'm not able to, but at least it gives me a reminder that as a speaker, at least I should contemplate on that and then make an effort, to put. I may fail, but at least I should make an effort. So it's helping me in a way, and I'm very thankful to all of you for joining the class. So in that way, you're helping me. So at the same time, it is also a service which I would like to do, because talking about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates and about Chaitanya Charitamrita is such an amazing, uplifting, soul connecting service. And that will be very pleasing to all the acharyas. So in that way also, it's a very, very wonderful service and opportunity. So the last week exercise, I was remembering every single day. Though I failed, I know I failed many times, but it helped me to, recollect, oh my God, how difficult it is to be fixed in that platform. How only pure devotees can be always their every move, their every thinking, their every word and every behavior is in line with that point which we discussed last week. So I was trying, then I understood, oh, that's why I'm still a conditioned soul, and how difficult it is, to streamline the senses and the mind in only pleasing Krishna completely, and how the senses are so demanding. So it was very, very helpful and very, very wonderful exercise, which I personally tried. So I just like to see if anyone has tried. You have anything to share, then please do share. If not, okay, I can see Prema Shakti Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Prema Shakti Lakshmi Priya Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Pranam Mataji.
Yeah,
Actually, last week class was one of, it has really, it was one of my most favorite classes, Mataji. The reason being, just before your class, 2 days before, in our Bhakti Vriksha class, I was asking Ratiraj Prabhu the same question. He was answering, but I was not convinced. I was repeatedly asking the same question for the past 3 days until I attended. So I really felt, I should even personally message you to thank, because that was one of the questions which was coming in my mind the previous week, that how I can improve my service for Krishna. I did try to do the service, taking the I factor, Mataji, and replace it with love, but I feel that, there is a long way to go. There are lots of conditioning. Somewhere the I factor comes in between. Even when I'm cooking, instead of thinking, oh, I need to prepare this so that Krishna likes, but suddenly my mind was thinking, oh, my Adi is not well. So if I make this, maybe he will get better. That factor was coming in between, but definitely it was very hard. But I was trying to consciously remember, Mataji, but it was really, really helpful, Mataji.
Oh, thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing that. Wonderful. Yeah, it's the mere attempt. See, Krishna is so very sweet, and the acharyas are also saying one is being a pure devotee. That's pure devotees are already there, but making an attempt to get that pure devotion or to perform pure devotional service, that itself pleases Krishna very much. If we make an attempt and keep making an attempt, and we may miserably fail many times, as you said, this I, me, and mine has to be replaced by Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas, right? But always I, me, and mine, somewhere it will come. And it is very nice that we are able to observe it, and we are able to detect it, recognize it, and then we are able to make an effort and praying to overcome it. These are all something which is like very, very pleasing to Krishna. So one day when we keep doing it, Krishna will see, this person is going really fighting against his conditioned nature and is trying to serve me in a pure way, and that will very much please the Lord, and automatically by his mercy we will be able to do it. So it's a very beautiful realization you shared. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else tried can also share, maybe one more devotee, and then we will move on. Anyone else likes to share on this point of doing devotional service to make Krishna happy in everything what we do, to see that pleases Krishna. We are doing it for that. For example, doing an arati, doing an offering, doing every single thing. It could be material, externally it may look material thing, or material or spiritual, everything in that glass, seeing in that glass. Anyone tried that and you want to share, then you can share. If not, there is nothing, there is no loss. You might have been doing it for a long time also, great. Tomorrow, Akshay Tritya, wonderful day. we can always, this exercise is a lifelong exercise. It is not just for 1 week. So we can again continue doing that. Yeah, so that's not a problem. So that's the point. So it's nice to reflect back on what we studied. Every week we are doing something. Definitely there is a takeaway. Chaitanya Charitamrita is full of takeaway lessons. Mahaprabhu's whole, coming into this material world, descending into this material world is to teach by his own example. That's why he's a devotee, and he's a Supreme Lord who came as a devotee. He's not just Krishna. Krishna is Krishna, Supreme Lord. Krishna's all activities we cannot copy. We can't be marrying 16,108 wives. We cannot. We can, but the same Lord, he came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and showed by his own example. So that's why there are life lessons in each and every single pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Simply amazing. So if we take those essence and try to apply in our life, because application is very, very powerful in whatever we read. We may read one page also, but in that one page, what is there? And then we make an attempt. Similarly, we may hear one lecture. Then we see that, okay, what is that which I can take away for today from that particular lecture? And then make an attempt. So in that way, our life, actually, we are fine-tuning our own consciousness. So that will be wonderful. So thank you very much. So that's what I thought. Okay, let's get into the, tomorrow is a very, very super special day. Very, very special day, very special tithi. Somehow, we are getting an opportunity today, to hear about that very wonderful day, which is coming tomorrow, a day before. So it's very nice. We have heard many times also about Akshay Tritya. It's nice to, remind ourselves so that we can try that whole day, how we can keep ourselves in a consciousness which will be highly rewarding. So that's what we are going to see. So let me share that with you. Okay. So, yes. Yeah. Can you see?
Yes, Mother.
Yeah. Okay. So Akshay Tritya, what is this all about? I think so. It is very, very auspicious, a very auspicious tithi. And this tithi, as we know, the word Akshaya and Tritiya, two words here. So Akshaya means indestructible, that never diminishes, that never reduces. That is called Akshaya. Imperishable, indestructible, that always exist. That is called Akshaya. And Tritiya means third day. So third day of what? Third day, it is mentioned in Vaishaka Month. This is an auspicious Vaishaka Month. In the Vaishnava calendar, we have different names for the different months, right? So this month is called Vaishaka Month. So it is mentioned that the third lunar day, of the waxing moon, basically, in the month of Vaishak is called as Akshay Tritya. So it's a very, very special day. Whatever we do in this, generally in this day, we don't have to see any muhurta, auspicious time. Generally, when we go for a wedding or we want to perform a yajna or we want to do some special new things, then people do look for the tithi, like for the good time. Okay, maybe this time to this time is a good time. Then after that, something else is there which is not advisable to do, like that. In general, generally on all other days. But on this particular day, right from the sunrise till the end of the full day, we see that every single moment is auspicious. There is no need to look for which time is auspicious. Anything can be done on the day at any point of time. Could be afternoon, morning, evening. We don't have to see anything special because the whole day is full of auspicious. The whole day is fully auspicious. So that's why. And Akshaya, why it is imperishable is anything we do on that day exists for the benefit exists forever. The blessings remains. For example, any devotional service we do that day, it remains. That blessing remains forever. So that is why it is very, very special. That is why people, all the new beginnings and many things, auspicious things, people start on this particular day. Vidyarambha, construction of new temples, the Vivaha Yajna, marriage, many things, so that it prospers. It actually increases. It never reduces. So prosperity, happiness, people, do this. Spiritually also, it is very, very highly beneficial. So the story, there are many stories behind this. Actually, many things happened on that day. So some of the things we can see here.
Actually, like the make it in presentation mode, Mother. Yeah, I think this slide.
Huh?
You can make it in full screen, Mother.
Yeah. It's okay?
It's still not, we are not seeing the full screen.
Sorry. I think I clicked something else. Can you see now, Prabhu? Maybe stop share and I will start.
Yeah, I think you can do that, Mother.
Yeah. Is that okay?
Sorry, Mataji. You can use the slideshow.
Is it okay?
No, it's coming on the small screen, Mataji. So you can show that you need on the top line, Mataji, is a slideshow.
That only I put it, Prabhu.
Yeah, the slideshow, Mataji, home, insert the slideshow.
Yeah, that's what I put it.
Yeah.
Is it coming?
Actually, if you share only the presentation, then it comes like this, Mataji, but you can share the screen, so it can come as it is you are seeing.
No, I didn't get you. What did you say?
No, while sharing the screen, you can share the screen instead of only presentation. Otherwise, I can do.
No. I'm sharing that same thing, no? Oh, okay. Let me. This is correct?
Yeah, this is okay, Mataji. Perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect, Mataji.
But it doesn't move.
No, just hit the arrow, Mataji, so it can move to the next slide.
It's
Or
not
click on
moving.
just slide and hit the. Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second. I don't know, it is coming like that. Is it correct?
No, earlier it was correct, Mataji, but now it is. Otherwise, I will do it, Mataji. Little.
No.
Yes,
That's
host.
Yes, Prabhu. Just tell your name, please, Prabhu.
Naveen.
Naveen, yeah. Okay, Prabhu. I'll make you co-host. Yes, Prabhu, you are now here.
Okay, let me.
I think somewhere something gone.
No, Mataji, I'll share, Mataji, no problem. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So basically, there are many things happen on the day. So many wonderful things. Historically, we could see that many things happen on that very special day. So some of the things mentioned here is that Lord Parashurama appeared on this day. That's why it's called Parashurama Jayanti also. They called this day. Akshay Tritya is also called Parashurama Jayanti. It's appearance of Parashurama, as we all know. It is. He's also an empower, Saktya Vesha avatar. He's an empowered incarnation of Lord. In the Gita Govindam, it is coming, which we will see later. There is a verse coming. Parashurama appeared on this very special day. And he's son of Jamadagni. Say it's Jamadagni and Renuka. A very powerful sage, Jamadagni. And he was he got this he has got this axe in his hand because he was known for killing the Kshatriyas who misuse their power. Kshatriyas are meant to protect the innocent citizens, right? Kshatriya means protecting from any harmful, from any kind of harm. That is what is the duty of a Kshatriya. But if a Kshatriya himself becomes, a very violent, brutal, and very merciless, then what is the point? It is like, it's like, you put fence to protect the plant, but if the fence itself is, causing destruction to the plant, then what is the purpose? Similarly, the rulers are meant to protect the citizens, but if the rulers themselves become very, they start misusing their power and killing the innocent people, then, such kind of Kshatriyas, Parashurama was such a personality that he killed those kind of Kshatriyas who misused their authority, their power. So he appeared as a son of Jamadagni and Renuka. So his appearance day is also the Akshay Tritya. And Mother Ganga, she descended to earth on this very special day. As we all know that Mother Ganga, she was flowing only in the heavenly planets. She came to the earthly planets only because of King Bhagirath. As we know, King Bhagirath prayed for Mother Ganga to descend down so that his ancestors can be, uplifted. So he was performing great penance, to please Mother Ganga, to descend down onto the material world. But then Mother Ganga was happy, she was ready to come down, but she said that I will be coming with so much of force. So who will be able to hold me? So then Lord Shiva accepted to hold Mother Ganga on his matted hair. And then Mother Ganga came down, and then from Lord Shiva's head, Mother Ganga, she started flowing in the earthly planets. So that's why she's also called Bhagirathi, because Bhagirath, King Bhagirath performed great penance to please Mother Ganga. And because of King Bhagirath's, tapasya, Mother Ganga was pleased and she came down. So that also happened on the day of Akshay Tritya. So tomorrow is the day we can pray to Mother Ganga also. And actually Ganga, if you see, she originated from the from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, because when the Lord came as Vamanadev, as we all know, then he became Trivikrama, right? Bali Maharaj. So Vamanadev went to Bali Maharaj, asked for 3-foot land, and then he expanded himself as Trivikrama, right? And when he was measuring, so he measured 1 foot, whole of the material world, and then the upper, planet. Then what happened at that time when Trivikrama, when the Lord raised his lotus feet, that time, from his lotus foot create, the water of Mother Ganga started flowing. So actually the origin is the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, and then from there she descended down on the head of Lord Shiva, and then from there she gave that mercy to everyone in the Bhuloka material world. So that's a very auspicious day to pray to Mother Ganga to purify us from our sin, from all our sins and also sinful inclinations, and pray for her for bhakti. Same Mother Ganga actually, she also prayed to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because Krishna, when he came, he performed all his pastimes in Yamuna. So Mother Ganga prayed that she also wants to have that reciprocation from the Lord, and then the Lord reciprocated when he came as Lord Chaitanya, and we could see that the many pastimes he performed on the banks of Mother Ganga. So that's why in the song also, Jamuna Uttole Ese, there is a song, Dule Dule Gorachan, in that we say that how Mother Ganga, when no, not there. Then later also, like that was Vrindavan, Yamuna is in Vrindavan. But later also in various places, you see Mother Ganga, when Lord Chaitanya comes, she will be with great eagerness. She will raise and she will go and, touch the lotus feet of the Lord. So like that, there are many pastimes there. So we can pray to Mother Ganga an auspicious day of tomorrow on her appearance. Similarly, Lord Parashurama. And then we can see here it is a beginning of Treta Yuga. As we know, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga. So Kali Yuga's double of the time span is the previous Yuga, which is Dwapar Yuga, and 3 times is Treta Yuga, 4 times is the Satya Yuga. So the Treta Yuga's beginning started on a day of Akshay Tritya. So there is also one special significance of Akshay Tritya. And then we know the story, the 4th story here mentioned is Sudama visited Krishna Dwaraka. We also know Sudama Brahmana, who was a classmate. Krishna and Sudama studied together in Gurukul. And Sudama was a very poor Brahmana. And his wife was telling Sudama that you always tell that you have a very great friend. Why can't you go to him and then ask for help? We are very poor and we are not able to feed the children properly. And that even though Sudama was not very much interested, he was not very much interested in wealth, but he was, because the wife was very much, requesting. So Sudama thought, okay, it is a chance for me to go and see, take darshan of Lord Krishna. So we know the story that how Sudama's wife, she also gave the flat rice. She begged and borrowed from many of the few of the neighbors, and then she got it and then she put it in a cloth and gave it to Sudama. So Sudama went to Krishna's palace, and as soon as Krishna saw that Sudama was coming, he ran, coming to receive his devotee. Like as I was saying before also, this Sri Ramachandra Dev, the king, in Jagannath Puri pastime, how the Lord left his Ratna Simhasana just to come and see. He was so eager to his devotee. The devotee is so eager to see Krishna, full of love, the heart filled with love. A devotee is eagerly and enthusiastically looking forward to see the Lord of his heart. Similarly, the Lord, being overwhelmed with that love of his devotee, is also very eagerly awaiting, not just awaiting, he's also running, to go and see his devotee. So see, the heart of the Lord, the devotee is in the heart of the Lord is in the heart of the devotee. And so much of loving reciprocation. So we could see that when Sudama came, Krishna was personally came running to receive Sudama, and we know that he gave, Mother Rukmini, she was fanning Sudama, and the Lord washed his lotus feet, and he gave such a very loving welcome, to Sudama Brahmana. So that happened on the day of Akshay Tritya. So that's a very auspicious day. And then so it's a day we could see the loving reciprocation between the Lord and it's a competition between the devotee and the Lord. So the devotee loves the Lord so much, and he performs so much loving devotional service. Seeing that the Lord gets overwhelmed and he wants to reciprocate, and he reciprocates so lovingly, so wonderfully, that the devotee feels completely purchased and he wants to do so much. So it's like keeps increasing and increasing and increasing, ever increasing and ever fresh. Is that a love between the pure devotee and the Lord? So that we see here. And then the Pandavas received, this is a very famous story everyone knows. The Pandavas received Akshaya Patra from the sun god. So we all know that when the Pandavas were in the forest, after the dice game, Shakuni cheated and they were in the forest. And that time we all know that, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he always, and all the Pandavas also, that they were thinking, now how we will serve the Brahmanas, how we will serve the guest if they come here. We don't have anything to serve them. How we will serve the sages? So they were praying to the Lord. So that time they prayed to sun god, and then the sun god, he gave this very special patra, the vessel called Akshaya Patra. It is a vessel that, the prasadam will keep coming, there is no end to it. They can keep taking and taking and taking, and it will never diminish. But once Draupadi honors the prasadam, then after that they cannot take anything from that vessel. So till the time they can take as much as they like. So we know this pastime, that how the Durvasa Muni came with with hundreds of his disciples, right? Because Duryodhana was such a person with very ill feelings, and he always wanted to destroy the Pandavas. So he was telling, oh, Durvasa Muni, why can't you go and give your blessings to my brothers also? With a very evil-minded, evil motive, he sent Durvasa Muni. So Durvasa Muni, decided to go with his hundreds of disciples. We know that story. And then how, Yudhishthira Maharaj said that, okay, you all take bath and come, and by the time they were thinking there is nothing there, because Draupadi already finished eating, already finished honoring the prasadam. Now no more will come from that vessel. So how are we going to feed Durvasa Muni and all these disciples? If we don't feed, we all know Durvasa Muni will give a curse, and he curses very heavily, right? So what we will do now? So they were very concerned. As we know, the devotees always take shelter of the Lord. So even though the devotees are put in trouble, they always depend on the mercy of the Lord. That's why they are very fearless. But generally, people who do not have that faith in the Supreme Lord, who do not have that connection with the Lord, then one becomes very disturbed, bewildered, because there is no one to take shelter, right? But the great devotees, they take shelter of the Lord every moment. So immediately they pray to the Lord, and how Krishna came and just took one morsel only, and he was very pleased. And then we could see that Durvasa Muni and the hundreds of disciples, they were completely felt full. Oh, now if we go, Yudhishthira Maharaj will not leave us and he will give a big feast and we can't honor, better run away from this place. So they all ran away. So we could see that how the Lord protected the Pandavas. And also here we see that just by pleasing Krishna, if Krishna gets pleased, everyone gets pleased. And just one morsel of food, even offering a little thing, pouring water on the root, nourishes the entire tree. Similarly, entire plant. Similarly, we see that if Krishna gets pleased, everyone gets pleased. So a very beautiful pastime. So that Akshay Patra he received from Sun God as a gift on that day, on the Akshay Tritya day, Akshay Patra on Akshay Tritya day. So that's a one very famous story. And we know that Vyasadeva started composing Mahabharata on this day. The great two itihasas we got, Ramayana and Mahabharata. Nearly 1 lakh verses in Mahabharata. So this very great, so Vyasadeva he was dictating and Ganesh ji was writing. So this very great, this thing started on this day of Akshay Tritya. So we all know that in Mahabharata only we get this part of Gita, Bhagavad-Gita comes in that. So it's very, very auspicious also. Tomorrow we read Bhagavad-Gita, very auspicious, because it's, the composing of the entire Mahabharata started on tomorrow, the Akshay Tritya day. Adi Shankaracharya composed the Kanakadara Sotram on this day. It's a very famous hymns which Adi Shankara he sang. So that also happened on this very special tithi. Kubera, we all know he is a treasurer of heaven. Just like, any kingdom, we have the portfolio of finance minister, defense minister, education minister. Similarly, in the heavenly planets also, they have this, they have this treasurers, they have this different sevas, services rendered by different personalities. So Kubera took up this responsibility of managing this heavenly treasures on this very auspicious day of Akshay Tritya. Then goddess Annapurna Devi appeared on this day. We say that Annapurna, who is Annalakshmi, so she appeared on this very special day of Akshay Tritya. So these are various stories. We are not going elaborately as time is a constraint. We're just touching on this because there are many other few things to actually know also. Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead. So also much more. So this is Akshay Tritya day. From this day, actually 21 days, starting from Akshay Tritya day, 21 days there is Chandan Yatra. That means because the weather is very, very hot. So for the deities, what they do is that they fully apply the Chandan so that the Lord feels, won't feel that heat, so to give that cooling effect. They apply the Chandan for next 21 days, starting from Akshay Tritya. So Lord Nrsimha in Simhachalam, every deities also, the same thing is done. And also the construction of chariot for Lord Jagannath Ratha Yatra begins on the day of Akshay Tritya. So Lord Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Maharani, they come on this very special Ratha Yatra festival. So the construction of chariots starts on this auspicious day of Akshay Tritya. And Kirchor Gopinath, that is from Remuna. It's a very beautiful place where we know that the famous Gopinath who stole the Kir, for Madhavendra Puri. So all these very special places, you see that, they apply this Chandan, because we know that Madhavendra Puri, Gopal deity, who was in Vrindavan, he gave this order. Oh, my dear Madhavendra Puri, I'm feeling so hot. You please go to the Malaya hills and bring the chandan and apply, then only I will feel that cooling effect. So immediately Madhavendra Puri left, all the way walking from Vrindavan down south. So then on the way, he went in this place called Remuna, where he saw this very beautiful Gopinath. And there he saw this kheer offering to the Gopinath, and he was singing later, oh, how I want to taste this kheer so that I can offer to my Gopal. But later he felt bad that, oh, I'm trying to taste this mentally before even it is offered to the Lord. I'm an offender. So he was feeling very bad, and he left the temple, and he was sitting outside. Then at the night, the Lord came in the dream of the Pujari, and he said, I have stolen one kheer pot behind the screen. I have put it. Please go and call out, my dear devotee Madhavendra Puri, and give this kheer to him. So immediately the Pujari woke up, and he was in great, he was completely astonished that Lord is stealing for his devotee. And then like that, we know the story of Madhavendra Puri. So then the Lord said to Madhavendra Puri, because he made such an effort walking all the way from top, coming, walking so sincerely in that age. So the Lord was so pleased. So he said that, you just apply this chandan to Gopinath, then automatically I will feel the cooling effect. You do not have to walk all the way and come, because he has to carry all those loads and loads of chandan. So the Lord said, you just apply on the body of Gopinath. So Akshay Tritya. Then Badrinath shrine reopens for the pilgrims, after this all winter season. The darshan is open from Akshay Tritya day. And Dvadasha Garuda Seva in Kumbhakona, many years pastimes. And also Srila Prabhupada incorporated the League of Devotees on the auspicious day of Akshay Tritya. So Prabhupada, before forming this ISKCON, he started League of Nations. It's same. It's a continuation, basically. That Prabhupada started the movement in India first, in Jhansi. And then later it developed as the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So that also happened on the Akshay Tritya day. Yes. So what are the things we should do on Akshay Tritya? Many things we can do. Generally, people, what they, common thing, what we see everywhere is that people go to gold shop and buy gold. That's the most common thing we would have heard and seen. But there are many things which is mentioned actually in scriptures. Is that because it's a Parashurama Jayanti, the appearance of Lord Parashurama, it's appearance day. Even for our birthdays, what people do, some people glorify, right? When our birthday is there, people write so many things, okay, some good things about us, and try to glorify us, right? So what to speak about the Lord, on the appearance of the Lord? In fact, all glorification should be meant for the Lord. So Parashurama being an avatar of the Lord, it's very auspicious, and it is very pleasing that we glorify Lord Parashurama. And so there is a very beautiful Jayadeva Goswami mentions here. Kshatriya rudiramaye jagatapagata papam snapayasi payasi samita bhavatapam Keshavadita Brihupati Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. So he says that all this Kshatriyas who are very cruel, and so those Kshatriyas you killed. So that in that way they are glory. Kesha, Lord of the universe, O Lord, who assume the form of Bhrigupati Parasurama, all glories to you. So at Kurukshetra, you bathe the earth in the rivers of blood from the bodies of the demonic Kshatriyas that you have also slain. The sins of the world are washed away by you, and because of you, people are relieved from the blazing fire of material existence. On the auspicious day of Akshay Tritya, please chant this verse and glorify the Supreme Lord of Affairs, Lord Parashurama. So this is Jayadeva Goswami's song. So we can try to remember this, because in that one, all the different incarnations are given, like Keshavadita, Bhrigupati Rupa, Keshavadita, Vamana Sharira, Rama Sharira, all the different avatars appearance is given. So it's nice on the appearance day, we recite those verses which glorifies that personality. That so here Parashurama's appearance day, so we can try to glorify him by reciting this particular verse. So that can also be done on this day, and we can also pray to him to give his blessings to the Lord Parashurama. Yes. That can be done because of Parashurama. And also Mahabharata, as we know that it is a day Vyasadev compiled, and Ganesh was writing this. So it's very wonderful, and Vyasadev is none other than the literary incarnation of the Supreme Lord Krishna, right? So it's very auspicious, and Mahabharata is considered fifth Veda, and it contains the Bhagavad-Gita is essence, in the entire Mahabharata, right? Not only Mahabharata, the essence of all the Vedic literatures, the cream. So, so we can read Bhagavad-Gita on this very auspicious day. It is mentioned that if as many chapters as possible, it says recite 18 chapters, but as many chapters as possible, at least one chapter or even one shloka, we can read also. It's very, very nice. So we can try to read as a family or individually or whatever works out. So one verse with the translation, purport, we can read also. It's very nice. So not only, yes, Prabhu, move to the next one. It is a day we can offer oblations to the forefathers. The Shraddha ceremony. Also, Bhagavatam also mentions on this day, Shraddha ceremony can be done for the ancestors. It is offering of oblations to the departed souls. So some people do in Gaya, where they go to Gaya all the way and do this oblations. Otherwise, also it can be done any place. So it is a very important ceremony done for the benefit of the ancestors. So this can be done on an Akshay Tritya, which is considered very auspicious for the departed ancestors, so that they can be saved from sufferings due to various types of sinful reactions. So we can pray for them as well on this day. Yes. And also it is a day of giving. There are many things we can give on this day. One of the things is that Annadan, or distributing prasadam, considered as very, very special. Prasadam distribution is always special only. Considered as one of the very great service. And especially grahasas. Grahasas are meant to distribute prasadam. Those, it is mentioned that a grahasa should first feed the guest, and even they should feed all the animals in the house. And not only that, they should come out and call out, is there anyone who is hungry, and feed those people, and then finally only they should honor prasadam. So that's what the scriptures say. So that much of responsibility is there for a grahasa. Because they are earning money, and then they are meant to give. So their guests are called atiti. So who are titi, without titi, or without informing if someone comes, that is called a guest who comes without invitation is called atiti. So that is so to feed them is considered very auspicious. So so that's the point. So it is very, very auspicious to kind of give. That's why in ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada made this Food for Life program, where you see that in the 10-mile radius of the temple, no one should go hungry, because the Lord is a Father, Supreme Father, and so no children should go hungry. So that's why Prabhupada made this, and you see all over the world, in all the ISKCON temples, they do this Food for Life program. They distribute prasadam, to everyone, not only who's coming to the temple, but within that vicinity, they distribute prasadam. So it's a very wonderful thing. And also we can also do, we can call devotees and give prasadam. That is a very wonderful service, Vaishnava Seva. That's very pleasing to the Lord. So it is mentioned that Srila Prabhupada instructed disciples that everyone should be treated as a guest. Prabhupada has also mentioned here that everyone who is coming to the temple should be treated as a guest and must be supplied with samshwas prasadam. So that's why if anyone comes to the temple or even to our home, we may not be able to feed them a big feast, but at least we should give them a fruit or something we should give. No one should leave the house empty-handed. If anyone comes to the home, they should never leave empty-handed. What to speak about, especially because home is also like a small temple because the Lord is there. So it is also the Lord's abode. And temple, then what to speak about the temple? So if anyone comes to the temple, Srila Prabhupada mentioned they should be treated as a guest of the Lord. They have come, and they should be taken care very nicely, and they should be given prasadam. So that's one of the important things. So he said, let the whole world come, we can feed them. On the auspicious day of Akshay Tritya, you can do annadana, invite guests and feed them with sumptuous prasadam. So prasadam is a food offered to the Lord, or contribute towards annadana seva. So something, so if tomorrow someone cannot do, you can find out. There are so many temples we have. Here itself we have Soho temple, Shri Radha Landanishwara, Shri Radha Gokulananda. We also have many holy places, Mayapur, Vrindavan. So many places are there. You can arrange prasadam and then distribute. So distributing prasadam is such a very wonderful thing. So that we can see. Yes, Prabhu, next one. That I told, Food for Life, and that is also, this is donate towards charitable charity. It's a day of giving. Whatever we give this day, it is eternally recorded in our account, spiritual account. So it's a day of charity. Charity should be always given, but especially auspicious tithi like Akshay Tritya. Charity is considered very the same. So there are many wonderful sevas are there we can give. Temple of Vedic Planetarium is there here mentioned. It is a very beautiful based on Srimad Bhagavatam. The entire 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam in a live model we can see there in which is what is going to manifest in this beautiful temple. So let's all try to see if in any ways we can be part of this seva. There are many from smaller amount to bigger amount is there. So Temple of Vedic Planetarium is one such wonderful thing we can do done, on tomorrow, or any other ways you would like to extend to any of the local temples or to anything, you can do that. It is advertised that buying gold on the day of Akshay Tritya will make you rich. However, this is not a fact as per Vedic scriptures. Traditionally, the rulers and rich people in the society used to perform sacrifice and distribute their wealth in charity on such auspicious days. So it is mentioned. Bhagavad-Gita says that one should perform charity without expecting any return at a proper time. So proper time means solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, and various other auspicious muhurtas like Akshay Tritya. And a place of pilgrimage or in temples, and a worthy person, a qualified Brahmana, Vaishya devotee. Then what happens? One is eternally blessed. So we can see what we want to do, we can do. So important. Yes, Prabhu. So this is we came to know this one of the points here is that it is a very wonderful, because this Akshay Tritya is coming in the Vaishaka month. As we were talking, Vaishaka month is finishing this year. This coming 16th is the last day of Vaishak month. Coming 16th, May 16th. So this whole month is considered super auspicious. Just like Krishna says, I'm Margasish, Damodar month, we say, no, the Kartik month is considered very, very auspicious. So Vaishak month is also a very auspicious month. It is mentioned that some of the devotional service the benefits are like 100 times more benefit than what you do in other times, and some of the devotional service even million times more benefit than what we do on a normal on another month. So it is such a very, very special month, Vaishak month. We can grab this opportunity, and it is mentioned that somehow we were searching for this glories of Vaishak month, and we could get this particular article written by Solina Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada's disciple. We see that he has mentioned one very important point we thought we'll share with you. Here it says that, while some things give you 100 times the benefit, some things give you much more, or even millions of times the benefit. Akshay Tritya is the beginning day of the anniversary of Tritya. Okay, any devotional service or charity you do on the day will last forever. Anything we do on the day will last forever. So please take all the mercy that is available on that day. If you are not already getting the full mercy, then this is an opportunity to try to increase your devotion service and get some extra mercy. Especially it's a month to do some service like charity, japa, bathing and rising early and worshipping the Lord to increase one's devotional service. Okay, Prabhu. Next one. Actually, before we do, let's, there are a few more things which I want to tell. The Akshay Tritya, not only Akshay Tritya, this entire until 16th is a very auspicious month, because Nashinga Chaturdasi is coming on 15th. That is a Sunday. Still, it is coming on the Vaishak month only. And then you see that coming 10th, it's also an auspicious day. It's appearance day of Janava Mata and Sita Devi, very, very auspicious day. Then there is Ekadasi, Mohini Ekadasi is coming. I think it's on the 12th. So all is a very, very auspicious days coming in the month of Vaishak. And especially tomorrow is the Akshay Tritya, which is like a special bonus day. And so we can try to do it. It is mentioned in many places I saw, waking up early in the morning in the Brahma Muhurta is considered as very, very auspicious in the month of Vaishak. Just getting up in the Vaishak early morning and taking a shower on this Vaishak month is considered like taking bath in all the holy rivers. That much benefit a person gets just wherever they may be, in UK, US or whatever, whichever place, but still it's considered very auspicious. Early morning bath, early morning, waking up early in the morning, chanting japa, chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. So considered very, very, very auspicious. This is called mantra bath also, chanting the holy name. Attending Mangalarati. These are all very, very special things we can do in this month of Vaishak. So tomorrow is Akshay Tritya. We can all pray. What and all we can do is that we can try to get up early in the morning tomorrow. I will finish the class shortly in another 5-10 minutes. So we can try our best to get up early in the morning. We can try to, chant our good rounds tomorrow. 16 rounds. Anyone wants to start 16 rounds from tomorrow can try to do that. Or anyone wants to increase any number of rounds. Maybe it could be 1 to 2 round, 2 to 3 round, whatever. Or anyone who have never chanted a round. Tomorrow, best day, start, and by the mercy of the Lord, you will never stop chanting. So it's very, very auspicious. You can begin your chanting, or you've already begun, you can increase your chanting. If you're already chanting, you can probably add some extra rounds, the quality rounds, or try to do 16 rounds together. These are some of the things you can practically do. Attend Mangala, do one Aarati at least in the morning. Mangala Aarati is such an auspicious Aarati. Even you may do later, that's okay. Even you can't do very early morning, you can do later also. But try to do a Mangala Aarati Aarati is very auspicious. And then try to read. We can try to read. Okay, I was reading books, but I was not very consistent. I like to read books on a regular basis. Okay, Akshay Tritya, best day. So we can start on this day. Okay, Krishna, please help me and let me, every day read. You put a time, maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. So that you can start tomorrow on a regular basis. Okay, I want to hear lectures on a regular basis. Okay, tomorrow is the best day. We can start anything best you want to start off tomorrow. These are all simple things, but yet profound, very fundamental, in our spiritual life. So we should work on those fundamentals first. So all those different things we can do tomorrow. Very, very auspicious. Charity, as I was saying, it's something which we can think of. We can give to charity to anyone, or we want to learn some instruments, learns all these different things. We can again do that day. Many things are there. So whatever, someone wants to set up a nice altar, a new altar, want to set up and start worship. Yes, tomorrow is a great day. Okay, I'm going to cook for Krishna from tomorrow and offer and eat prasadam every day. Okay, tomorrow is the day. So like that, anything and everything, all the things which can help us, in go forward in our spiritual life, we can plan all those things tomorrow and not miss this great opportunity. So please grab this very important day. In that way, it will be very, very wonderful. So what are the things we should not do? So we should not be any of these principles which is breaking, no intoxication, eating meat and all that can be avoided on the day. And even thinking, criticizing, blaspheming, offending, all this different stuff which is not going to be beneficial for us. So all those things can be avoided. So all that which is favorable to devotional service, we can try to do. All that is unfavorable to devotional service, we can try to avoid tomorrow. So not only for it is tomorrow, all throughout only, but it's a great beginning tomorrow. So we can all pray to the Lord and seek His blessings and prayers, and then start off. What form of charity we can do tomorrow, Mataji? Yes, we can do many things, Mataji. Charity, book distribution is also a wonderful charity. You can donate books, Bhagavad-Gita, because, Parasha, we see that, Vyasadeva compiled Bhagavad-Gita, right? Mahabharata. So it's a perfect giving charity books. We can give charity of books that can be done. Charity, prasadam, prasadam also, prasadam distribution can be given. Or any of these temples, you can give some donations. That is also fine. TOVP, you can Google, find out, and then the Temple of Vedic Planetarium you can give. So all this kind of things can be done. These are all auspicious. So whatever is feasible at your end, you can do. Thank you for the question. So all that can be done. So it's a very nice day. It's a day of giving. So our heart should be very mood of giving in whatever way possible to the Lord, to the devotees. So please think of all the various options, and then accordingly we can do that. Let's not miss this opportunity. So plan, at least we have short time left. Maybe you all would have planned already. Generally people plan in advance, so maybe you would have already planned what you want to do tomorrow. But if anything is in, you missed out and you think you can add, great, you can add, plan and pray and start off tomorrow. So that will be a great inspiration. So yeah. Anyone has got anything to say, or we will end here, and then if now the Gita Gyan program is also happening, we have this Gita Gyan next batch starting soon. So on the Nashinga Chaturdasi day, I think a couple of days before, I guess. Yeah, so in the next 1 week time is there. So you can try your best to connect to the devotees. The flyers are moving around everywhere. You can connect devotees. It's an 18-day Bhagavad-Gita. It comes in a Vaishaka Month. very auspicious. So you can try to connect your friends, families, so in that way they can also get benefited. So we can do anything, any devotional service we do tomorrow, it remains forever written in the spiritual account. Very, very super special day. So we can try our best to grab and do as many things possible tomorrow. At least definitely some chanting, some improvement in chanting, in the number quality and quantity. And then the simple terms, worshipping of the deities. And then, reading scriptures, very important. Books. There are many, many books. Srila Prabhupada, 80 volumes of books. Some consistency in starting reading the scriptures, that's very important. Bhagavad-Gita, reading, maybe from tomorrow onwards, I've read Bhagavad-Gita, this many shlokas. It could be Bhagavatam, the small books of Srila Prabhupada, all this different things we can plan. Because these are three basics, chanting, reading or hearing, and worshipping. And then charity, considered as auspicious. So all these different things we can do on the day. If I have missed anything, if anyone has got anything, you also can share. So I'll end here. Is there any announcement, Litan Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Mataji. From my side, no, Mataji. Sorry.
Okay, what is the speaker? Okay, all right. Okay, I think I don't know whether Vivek Prabhu is here.
Vivek Prabhu is not here, Mataji.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what I could understand at this point of time. So let's all have a good rest early today, and then wake up tomorrow, Brahma Muhurta, chant, japa, start the day in a very auspicious way, and read scriptures, and try to see if any day it's a working day, but we can always do many things possible in between. So please try. Also, talking to someone and connecting someone with Krishna. All this wonderful. Tomorrow we are actually launching Bala Bhagavatam. It's beautiful for the kids. We are launching this Bala Bhagavatam, who have gone through already some courses, which is Bhagavatam for kids. So this is launching on this auspicious day of Akshay Tritya. We thank all the teens facilitators and kids facilitators for their teamwork, that by the mercy of the Lord, already the groundwork, everything is done. And this will be they will receive certificates. All the children who are attending this Bala Bhagavatam will receive a certificate from Mayapur Institute. And it is a free course, but expert teachers, in the sense, materials getting from the Mayapur Institute. So that's getting launched tomorrow. I know this one, but I don't know what any other things are there. Probably many other things, but this is one thing we are launching tomorrow. Yeah. So I'll show Jagannath Darshan quickly. And then we'll end the class. Yeah. If anything anyone remembers, you can share till the time. Let me. Hare Krishna Prabhu, can you see? Hare Bol Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. I can see. Yeah, yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Jai Jagannath, Jai
Jai
Baladev.
Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai.
Jai Jagannath.
Papa.
Jai Subhadra. Jai. Jai Papa. Jai. Bye.
पंचतत्व भगवान की जय.
Today we also have deities. We have got deities of Malik Prabhu, and we have got deities of Kusum Mataji. We have got all of them here.
Mama Indian.
So Hari Hari Bol, Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra
Subhadra
Maharani
Maharani ki
Jai.
jai.
Jai ki Jai,
Jai.
Panchatattva
Ki
ki
jai.
Jai, Srila Prabhupada
Ki
ki
jai.
Jai.
Vande Hari Hari Bol.
So we thank
Hari
everyone
Bol.
for joining today's session. Let's reflect on all those what we heard today, and we seek blessings of Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani, Sudarshan Chakran, Panchatattva, and everyone, the lordships and Srila Prabhupada, that they can bless us on this Akshay Tritya, that we are able to take up, practice nicely Krishna consciousness, and do one nice devotional service, and also share this beautiful. This is also one of the charity of spreading this word around, and bringing the people, connecting them to Krishna. So let's all let we get this blessings from the Lordship, so that it can be a very blissful Akshay Tritiya for all of us, and we are able to please the Lord by our devotion service. Thank you very much for joining. Hari Bol, Srila
Hari
Prabhupada.
Hari Bol. Thank you very much.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Happy Akshay Tritiya to everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Thank you very much
Mataji.
for joining
Thank you.
this session.
Hare Krishna.